A list in Python is exactly what it sounds like. When we think about going grocery shopping and we come up with a list of things to buy, like eggs, bread, and milk, well, that's the same thing that we're thinking about here when we're talking about a list in Python. In my case, we have a banana, apple, watermelon, and kiwi. I have 2 bananas just to show that you could have duplicates, so it's allowed. And if I save this and I run this just to do what I tell you all to do, which is do a little bit of code, you save it and you run it, you see that we have banana here twice, which is fine. Now, what other things can you do? I just want to show you that to initialize a list, you can just do bracket, and of course the body of the for loop is not going to execute because it never runs because there's no elements, right, in my list. My list is empty, so of course this is not going to run. But you could do something like, let's just say that this was apple to begin with. It doesn't have to be, but let's just say that there's apple here to begin with. You could leave it empty and then append if you wanted to other things. And with dot notation, you could see that my editor, which is PyCharm, suggests some method, some functionality that I can go ahead and execute, like append, clear, sort, pop, copy, count, insert, remove, so on and so forth. We'll do a couple of these, but it's up to you to go ahead and play around with these on your own and get familiar with them. But here I'm going to say append, and I'm going to append something like, I don't know, watermelon. And if I go ahead and I replace that, I won't replace it actually. I'll just, this is just telling me that I could just create watermelon, right? I could just create the list including watermelon and it'll be cleaner. And when I say this, it's actually doing it for me. But I really wanted to show you that what is the bracket notation to begin with. And so we'll leave it like this for now. And we'll see that my favorite is watermelon. And it actually is. But what else can you do? Well, we know we can keep adding and we could remove and we could do things like that. So let's just go ahead and say, hey, remove, or actually let's just add apple here again, and we'll remove it now. We'll say my list dot remove, and we'll say apple. And we'll see that apple gets removed, right? What about if we say, hey, just actually don't display any of these, right? Don't display any of these. We'll comment this out. And by the way that I do that is I can highlight code and then do command / and it'll comment things out for me. This is on a Mac. And I could do command / again after I have some code highlighted, and then I'll remove it for me as well. So that's pretty neat and very quick to do. But what I want to show you is that if I run this, nothing will happen. But let's say I wanted the first element, which will be apple. Well, I can do something like this. Print my list at the current index of 0. The bracket notation says, hey, go get me this item at index number 0 of my list. And what'll happen is I'll just remove this so it doesn't get in my way. And we'll see that says, hey, this is watermelon. Now, why is it watermelon? Because I removed apple. But let me make it a little bit more obvious for you if I say something like this. And maybe we'll do 3, and we'll say orange. Something like that, and we'll remove these. And we'll see that, for example, this would be, just to make it super clear, this is index number 0, this is index number 1, and this is index number 2. Right? So we can do something like that. And this is apple because it's 0. If I typed in 1 here and I ran it, this is what I get. And if I added a 2 instead of a 1, you know, to get orange. And so that is the beauty of lists. They're indexed. They're super fast. They're a type of collection in Python, and we'll talk about a few of those coming up. But this is a very handy tool, and I hope it helps.